Jerash as a city made its first debut in the pre-classical period of the first millennium BC, when it became home to Semitic inhabitants who named their village Garshu. The city became known as the Antioch on the Chrysaorus or the Antioch on the Golden River during the Seleucids' time in the 2nd century BC. Later on, the Romans adopted the Semitic name but changed it to Gerasa. Remains of Neolithic settlements dating back to 6500 BC have been found on the slopes east of Hadrian's Arch. Footprints of past communities underneath and around the modern-day city of Jerash are plentiful. They chronicle the long and rich history of this ancient city, its face changing and adapting to the political and social scenes that swept through this area. From Semitic to Hellenistic to Roman, Byzantine and Persian invasions, trailed by Muslim, Umayyad and Abbasid periods, the city's history is a blend of the ancient Semitic and the Greco-Roman worlds. Jerash withstood and survived all these political socio-economical changes before slowly fading away and vanishing for eons under mounds of rubble and sand. The Gerasa recently revealed from under this debris is one of the best preserved Greco-Roman cities of the Near East. For this reason, Jerash is known to many as the Pompeii of the Middle East. The city was captured by Alexander Jannaeus, the Hasmonean high priest, in 103 BC, and remained in Jewish hands until 63 BC and the arrival of the Roman general Pompey. Jerash prospered in the 2nd century AD by joining the alliance of the Decapolis, a union of self-funded city-states governed by municipal councils. It included the cities of Philadelphia, Pella, Abila, Capitolias, and Damascus, among others, in the times of Trajan, Hadrian, and Antoninus Pius. With this strong alliance and the perks of its proximity to the Roman trade road, known as Via Nova Traiana, Jerash enjoyed its golden era. The Romans rebuilt Gerasa in typical classical Roman style, a walled city with all the trimmings and magnificent structures of a Roman polis, a colonnaded street, several temples, theatres, a hippodrome, a forum, and an nymphaeum. The eastern part of the city, across the river, remained residential, while the western side was home to most of the public buildings. A short distance north of the city, the Romans created a water-themed sanctuary called the Beryctein, dated to the time of the Emperor Geta, 209 to 211 AD. There, in the midst of a grove, the people of Jerash once celebrated the spring and water festival known as the Meomas, a brash festival in which privileged men and women bathed together in torchlight at night. But when the festival got out of hand, it was banned for moral and ethical reasons. The Gerasenes worshipped an assembly of gods and goddesses, including but not limited to the Arab and Nabatean god Dushara, the Greek gods and goddesses Zeus, Isis, Apollo and Artemis, and had many cults devoted to living emperors. The 4th century AD brought Christianity to Jerash. There are as many as 15 churches in the urban area of the city, built mostly during the 6th and early 7th century AD. Jerash's decline was linked to the decline of the Decapolis and its trade power in the 3rd century AD, when it was resigned to be a provincial city with very little of its past glory. It fell into the hands of Persian forces in the early 7th century AD, and later on the Umayyad caliphs of the Arab Islamic Empire took over. Its fate was sealed in 749 AD, when an earthquake hit the area, ruining the irrigation system that sustained the city's life. Jerash could not rebound from this tragedy and slowly died, vanishing, disappearing, and eventually lying buried under sand for over 1,000 years. In 1806, a German traveller by the name of Zeitzen visited the area and realized that the ruins he saw there were those of the ancient city of Gerasa. Excavation started in 1908 to reveal the marvels of this Roman city, the most complete surviving city of the ancient Decapolis.